The first moon landing, an amazing journey. Once upon a time, there was a great adventure that showed people all over the world that reaching for the stars was not just a dream, it could become a reality. This is the story of the very first moon landing. It all began many years ago in the 1960s, when there was a big race between two superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union. They were competing to see who could achieve space exploration milestones first. This competition was part of what was called the space race. The Soviet Union was the first to send a human, Yuri Gagarin, into space in 1961. This challenged the United States to take on an even bigger goal, to land a person on the moon and bring them safely back to Earth. President John F. Kennedy announced that America would take on this huge challenge, and this led to the creation of the Apollo space program. The mission that would change history forever was named Apollo 11. On July 16, 1969, Apollo 11 was launched from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Astronauts Neil Armstrong, Edwin Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins were aboard the spacecraft. They traveled in a special spaceship called the Command Module, pulled along by a rocket named Saturn V. After 3 days of traveling through space, they finally reached the moon. Michael Collins stayed in the Command Module orbiting the moon, while Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin took a smaller spacecraft, called the lunar module, down to the moon's surface. On July 20, 1969, the lunar module landed on the moon's surface. Neil Armstrong took the first step onto the moon, saying the famous words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Buzz Aldrin joined him soon after, and together, they explored the moon's surface, collected rocks, and placed an American flag to symbolize their achievement. Millions of people watched on television as this incredible event unfolded, feeling excited and proud of this momentous achievement. After spending about 21 hours on the moon, it was time for Armstrong and Aldrin to return to the Command Module with Collins for their journey back home. They returned safely to Earth on July 24, 1969, landing in the Pacific Ocean. The brave astronauts were greeted as heroes, and people all around the world celebrated the successful mission. The first moon landing was not just a triumph for America, but for humanity's dream of exploring the unknown. It taught us that with hard work, imagination, and courage, reaching for the stars is truly possible. And that is why July 20th, 1969 is remembered as a day when the whole world took a giant leap into the future.